were born, we were completely dependent on older people to teach us to walk and talk, feed, bathe, and dress ourselves. Later, these trusted adults helped us to learn how to take care of our things and manage money and drive a car. In childhood, they gave us roots. In adolescence, wings. Remember when you were a teen, feeling cool and confident as a driver until you scratched the car, and then prayed no one noticed? Going to the dentist for the first time unescorted, then completely forgetting what they told you needed to be done? And all those arguments about what you were wearing and where you were going and who you were going with and when you were coming home, they were so aggravating. Aside from the fact that our parents may have been correct, it wasn't the point. We needed to look and feel competent and independent. Looking back now, we know those arguments were out of love and concern and not judgment. Have you been dealing with this with your teens in your life lately? Well, how about the older folks? Are they forgetting appointments and what they've been told? Are they making poor choices and then fighting any assistance? And are they putting more scratches and dents on the car? They say there's a second childhood, but have you considered a second adolescence? One foot is still firmly in independence, the other is slowly, reluctantly sliding back into dependence. There are over 40.4 million unpaid caregivers in the US of older adults. Most of them take care of more than one person, and the assistance consists more of errands and household chores and home maintenance rather than personal care or financial. As a professional organizer, I help people adapt their environments and their routines to their changing needs. And I first started thinking about second adolescence when I realized that my clients' complaints about their older folks were the same as the complaints about their teens. Yet the expectations were completely different. Teens were expected to adapt and become independent, but somewhere along the way, most of my clients assumed that their older loved ones just now had to be completely taken care of. And when I'd speak to the older loved ones, they thought, I can adapt. I need to learn new ways to stay independent too. So why the different attitude towards second adolescence? We're not paying attention. Hearing, vision, and physical decline will change the way we interact and communicate. Just like how you interact and communicate now is completely different from when you were 3 or 13. I was in a restaurant recently watching a mom and her 2 teenage boys having dinner with Grandpa. Typical restaurant, little dim, little loud, and as Grandpa's trying to make out the menu, Mom and the boys keep leaning together, talk, and then would break away laughing. When Grandpa asked what they were talking about and if he could contribute to the conversation, the mother said, "Pay attention." And then the boys just snickered and said he wouldn't get it. Well, when the waiter came and Grandpa asked for the specials to be repeated again, Mom rolled her eyes and the boys just smirked. But the waiter, instead of just yelling louder, he stepped closer, leaned in, spoke directly to him, and helped him navigate the menu. As the waiter left, Mom berated Grandpa again, turned back to the boys, basically dismissing him. Hurt, humiliation, and loneliness washed over that man's face. You could literally see him withdraw and his walls go up. He lifted his chin, squared his shoulders, and blankly gazed around until the food arrived. Remember as a teen trying to maintain your dignity when you knew you'd been snubbed and ridiculed, but you couldn't leave the situation? Behaviors like this are destructive, isolating, and cruel, no matter what your age or relationship. Be more mindful of other people's challenges in your own behaviors. Are they really ignoring you? Someone with hearing loss may not even be aware you're speaking if you are behind them or looking away when speaking. At home, piles grow around a recliner because maybe that's where the brightest light in the house is located, or it could be because It's more difficult to get up once seated. Small tasks like splitting envelopes, changing light bulbs, recapping a pill bottle can become almost impossible when you have arthritis or other mild physical limitations. And things will get stacked on counters and any available flat surface when it becomes too difficult to reach overhead or bend below to use a cabinet. So ask your older loved ones what their challenges are. Chances are you'll find them asking you to do things with them more than for them. Let them be the brains and you be the brawn for the home projects. Group cooking days let you relearn the family recipes, teach the younger ones to cook, fill the freezer, and make memories as well as meals. And you'll be surprised, maybe a little shocked, at the stories you'll hear from Grandma while helping her dust tchotchkes or go through the basement. Now, the computer is the most contentious object. It's either loved or it's hated. For those who grew up with it, technology is great. It's convenient, efficient, and effective way to communicate. But for those who didn't, it is impersonal, confusing, and unreliable. Facebook and email will never replace personal phone calls and actual developed photos. So ask them if they want to even use a computer. If their answer is no, you kind of have to respect that. But if the answer is yes, put in all the safeguards you can and walk them through it until they are comfortable. If you have to go over email or Facebook 50 times, do it. Show them the same consideration and patience they showed you when teaching you how to read and write. Again, second adolescence is an uncomfortable reminder that life continues to roll on with or without us. By combining assistance and quality time together, we allow people to maintain their dignity and sense of self-worth, and we also foster deeper, richer connections to our legacies of family and community. So the next time you find yourself dealing with second adolescence, remember the teen you were the first time.